Hey everybody, it's Adam, live and in person for you. Hey everybody, it's Adam, wonder who he'll interview. CallMeAdam.com.
Hey everyone, it's Call Me Adam, and we are here live backstage at the 11-time Tony-nominated musical Tootsie, and we are sitting with John Behlmann. Hey John, how are you?
Hi, great.
I'm thrilled to be here with you. We have so much to talk about. Now, people may know you from lots of things. I'm gonna highlight a few.
Great.
So you may know John from his Broadway run in Significant Other. You may know him from the off-Broadway show Wild Animals You Should Know. Or you may know him from one of his 14 national commercials for Dairy Queen.
That's right.
But now you are playing Max von Horn, who is the only character in the show that was not in the movie. So this
Right.
part is a new part written.
Yes.
So how does it feel to play a brand new role?
It's great. I mean, the nice thing about my part is that because I wasn't in the movie, it's really nice to not bear the burden of being directly compared to someone else from a famous movie. So that's great. And people come in, they don't really know what's going to happen. It's not great for explaining what I do in the show, because if people know the movie Tootsie, they might go, wait, what? Who is that?
Right.
Because I'm not in it. But it's great as a surprise for an audience, and really, really fun. And I get to be an updated version of the story. So it's a nice treat.
Yes, I love how the story takes place today.
Yeah.
And I also love how you are definitely one of the comedic geniuses of the show.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, I think one of many.
One of many.
Like, the great thing about the cast is it's just a company full of clowns.
Yes.
Like, people of all shapes and sizes, like in various styles of comedy, broad, more narrow, more subtle. I'm more in the broad category, I think, than the subtle category. But yeah, it's a nice mix of stuff, which is great.
Well, I know I laughed for the full 2.5 hours of the show. So everybody does their job, and you mesh so well with everybody. So let's just go back to the beginning for a second. What initially made you want to audition for Tootsie?
The funny thing is, I didn't actually audition for Tootsie.
Oh.
If I had been made to audition, I probably wouldn't be here. I got really lucky in that early on they were doing readings of the show, which is common when they develop new musicals. Yeah. And so I did a reading a couple of years ago, and we spent a week doing learning the music. And at the end of it, we read the script, sang the songs, and they just kept asking me back, which is great. I mean, it's about the best way possible. So I kind of auditioned, but I got to audition by doing the show,
right?
Which was great. And got to sing my song, which really hasn't changed since the beginning of it. And once I was in, I didn't want to let it go. So I kind of sank my teeth into, you do these readings, and if you like it, you always want to make sure you're available for the next one, because if someone else gets their hands on it, they might figure out that you're not as good as they are or something. So it was really, really lucky. And as soon as I read it and did it, it was so much fun and so funny. And the people that have been part of it throughout from the very beginning, and people that have gone and come along the way have been so much fun. So it's a real treat.
That's incredible. And it's great that you cleared your calendar to make sure you were available for every reading.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, there was one in the middle that I missed. Both Andy Grotlushin and I,
oh, wow.
Who had done, I think we came on at the same time doing readings, and there was one reading in the middle that we missed, and we both were worried that they were going to figure out a better option. But,
well, thank God they
thank God whoever it was didn't stick around,
yes.
So which is great.
Yeah. What kind of preparation do you have to do to keep yourself sustained, not only for your voice, but also you have such physical comedy in the show?
Yeah.
How do you stay fit to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I have to, I take my shirt off a little bit in the show, spoiler alert, and...
a lot of it.
Actually. Yeah, it's one of the kind of running gags of my character. So, I have to go to the gym a little more than normal. I try not to be a maniac about any of that stuff, but it's kind of important that I look a certain way, so... that and really just about getting enough rest and making sure that I'm ready, because once the show starts and everything is my body feels good, my voice feels good, the rest of it takes care of itself. I just have to clear my mind of everything else, because Max Van Horn is a kind of clear-minded.
What do you relate to most about him?
I mean, he's a guy that wants to really do a good job at his job. He's this reality TV star that is now in a Broadway musical, and and wants to do a good job, and is genuine and like asking, sees that Dorothy, played by Santino, is could be a great mentor and someone that he could learn things from, and so I think Max really gloms onto that, and like that's something I can definitely relate to, like wanting to be good in this thing that you're a little worried that you may not be good at or that you don't quite belong, and so he really tries really hard and feels a lot of things and really is a really, I don't know, he's a good team player, but just, he's not always great at it. That's the problem.
And what's one characteristic of his that you're just glad that you don't possess?
Oh, I'm glad. I think I probably did a little better on the SAT.
I've seen you in mainly plays.
Right.
And some dark plays that you've done. So this is a very, like, comedic, happy show.
Yes.
So do you prepare differently for this show than you have in the past for, like, a more serious role? Or how do you approach...
Yeah, I mean, I think the general approach is pretty much the same. It's you have to do something honestly and ask whatever questions or want whatever thing you want in a scene, and the circumstances of the show just make it ridiculous. So there is certainly a craft to like knowing how to hold for laughs and all that stuff, but that's something you can really prepare for. You just have to kind of be in existence with the audience. But yeah, the preparation is mostly the same. I mean, there's a little less, I'm not having to dig up a lot of crazy emotional stuff to go on in the show. Although I do have some emotional moments, but they all come pretty naturally. So despite being a guy that's not terribly similar to me, Max is, his struggles are fairly surfacey or, very relatable, like kind of universal. So there's not a lot of, really deep diving. I'm not like doing a wild transformation. So
right.
Yeah.
Like in Wild Animals You Should Know. I mean, that was so dark and so heavy. It was like, so to see you now in this light, fun role is incredible.
Yeah, it's really it feels like a real. I mean, this is the kind of thing you can do for a long time because the audience is different and great every night, and like, you get out there and people are laughing at these great jokes that Robert wrote for us. And how can you not want to keep doing it?
No, exactly. I'm just going to switch gears for a little bit.
Great.
And we're going to talk about just some general things.
Okay.
So you are known for your 14 National Dairy Queen commercials.
Right.
So I have to ask you, what is your favorite flavor ice cream? And while you were maybe doing the commercials, what was your favorite Blizzard?
I didn't eat a lot of Blizzards while I was shooting the commercials because all of the Blizzards on set in a Dairy Queen shoot are frozen solid.
Oh.
Because they are actual blizzards, they're real, but they have to last for, long enough to be shot by a camera and not melt. And
and the studio lights.
Yeah, they don't it's not really fast shooting those things, so they need to be a little colder than you might normally get served at the Dairy Queen itself. So we didn't eat a lot of those, but I was always a chocolate chip cookie dough blizzard guy. We used to go to Dairy Queen all the time when I was a kid. So, yeah.
Oh, so that must have been great then to get the national commercial.
Yeah, it was great.
As a kid.
Yes.
Incredible.
All of and Dairy Queen is all over Texas where I grew up, and so that's it was a big thing there. But
to round things out, I have a few rapid fire questions.
Great. Okay.
Favorite kind of donut?
Oh, cake donuts. Generally, I'm not much of a traditional glazed donut person, but I like the kind of like thick, hearty caked donuts, like an old fashioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do ever go out to the North Fork, you have to go to North Fork Donut. They just opened like within 6 months.
Great.
It's right near Love Lane.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
All right.
Best donuts I've ever had.
Swell.
Favorite color M&M?
They're all the same. I think it's a myth. There is no different taste. All the M&Ms are the same.
No, there's no different taste, but there are the
if I were to have a color,
colors.
red. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm blue. So,
blue.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, hence, blue's like my favorite color.
Right,
so.
right.
Although growing up, since there was no blue, it was green for me.
Right. Yeah, that blue was a late addition,
yeah,
right?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Favorite emoji when texting?
I mean, poop emoji's great. Who doesn't love that? That's, that's probably the one I use. I'm a big fan of the where you can use the extra, like, echo and things and make the emojis do stuff. Yeah. So I do like I try to deep dive and use the really obscure emojis that I'm not even exactly sure what they are, but
oh, okay.
they're old crazy, Chinese symbols or something that don't, or like something that I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in your text, it makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I can assign it whatever
Yes.
thing I think it is. So.
It sounds like texting with you is a lot of fun then.
I am a big texter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible.
One of my best forms of
Yeah.
expression.
Wow.
Oh.
That's great.
Yeah.
And lastly, boxers or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Oh, okay.
I haven't worn boxers since I was in like 10th grade, maybe.
Wow.
But no, definitely not boxers.
Okay.
Briefs if I have to, but boxer briefs, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Great.
Yeah.
And lastly, we're gonna bring it all back to Tootsie.
Okay.
It's actually not a rapid fire question. It's just gonna be.
Great.
I know why people should come see Tootsie because it's hilarious, it's lively, it's energetic. But you're in the show, so why should people come see it?
I mean, it's one of the funniest shows I've ever been a part of. The funniest book of a musical I've ever experienced. It's really, really, genuinely the most fun. There's something in it for every single person, every kind of humor, and everyone walks out having had a good time. So,
Yes.
and that's not a guarantee I can make about a lot of shows, but this one I definitely can. So,
I second all of that
Right.
because I saw it and
Yeah.
I loved it. So
he knows.
I do. So everybody watching, come see John and Tootsie. It's fantastic. You'll love it. 11 Tony nominations at the Marriott Marquis. And any parting words?
No, none. Come
Okay.
see the show.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
He'll
Yeah, thanks a
get
lot.
the
Yeah.
dirt and the scoop and the story, for he happens to be in the know. Just ask anybody who's had 'em. Adam lives for the business of show. Call me Adam.com.